Okay, hi. I don't know how to start this. So, I just watched Luca. Suffice to say, I liked it a lot, and I cried. This movie's really fucking gay. Oh my god, it's so fucking gay. Like, it's gayer than gay on Pride Month, which ironically, it was released in Pride Month. Now, I'm gonna... If you just wanted to know my verdict, it's great, go watch it. It's free on Disney Plus. I know it's a membership thing, but still, it's on Disney Plus for free. Go fucking watch it. But yeah, I've heard a lot of things from the director, the producer, Disney themselves, basically saying like, oh no, they're not gay, they're just really close friends or whatever. And I'm like, first of all, they just met. I'm gonna just spoil that, like, they just fucking met. There's no way in hell that they're this close this quickly. I know that 12-year-olds work in different ways from adults and all that stuff, but like, 12-year-olds work in different ways from adults. Like, come the fuck on. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna go through the movie as what I remember, because I didn't write notes down because I have pretty good memory on things. I will definitely leave stuff out because that's just how I do. But yeah, this is no script, nothing like that. I'm just talking into a microphone for half an hour and seeing what comes the fuck out of my mouth. And yeah, so the movie is about a shepherd mer boy thing. Luca's a mer boy. I don't know. We're just gonna call him mer boy, mer people, because that's the best comparison I can make. They're just sea monsters, but like, it's a bit reductionist, so I don't want to go there. Yeah, so the mer people are... At least Luca's family is very sequestered and shy, and like his mother, who's played by Maya Rudolph, which I love Maya Rudolph, we stand the queen, she's fucking hilarious, doesn't want him even thinking about boats or the human world or things like that. Where have we seen this before? And that's fine, that's cool, you know, gotta have the worrisome parent or whatever. But Luca's a shepherd, like he herds schools of fish. I'll get to why that's important later. At least to me, it's not like that important in the story, but to me it's an important detail because it rings such an interesting bell once you realize it. So, you know, they're very concerned about his safety and they don't want anyone to hurt them, and that are very Triton from Little Mermaid and the whole like, those barbarians ain't our friends or whatever. Just fucking, good God, Triton, just calm the fuck down, we're fine. He sees some human stuff, whatever, goes back the next day to his shepherding spot, meets the kid Alberto, which is the other kid in the movie, and Alberto literally yeets him out of the fucking ocean. I'm gonna talk about Alberto in a different part of this, but like, he yeets him out of the fucking ocean, and Luca freaks the fuck out and just has a moment of like, oh, it's really pretty. And then it's like, wait, I'm a good boy. He literally said, like, Alberto literally goes, first time, and Luca goes, yes, of course, I'm a good boy. Like, guys, you can't say that and it not ring a bell. Okay, so I'm gonna, like, the rest of the movie has a lot of other moments like this. They have a lot of queer-coded moments and LGBT moments and just gay. It's just super fucking gay. This whole movie is so fucking gay. Like, I was gonna try to get through the plot and then not do a whole lot more of, like, just let it stand on its own, but I'm just gonna summarize the plot and then get into like, the nitty-gritty of this. The plot of this movie is Luca and Alberto try to build a Vespa, and then when they fail at doing that, try to win a contest to get a Vespa to ride across the country together. Not to mention the fact that these two have a shared secret from the town they are staying in that they have to hide until they leave because the town wants to kill them for being racist against fish people. Is anyone else seen a parallel to this thing? Or is it me? Am I reading too much into this? I probably am, I don't know. But like, I don't know how to explain this. Like, this movie is so cute and so fun, and it knows what it's doing. Or it doesn't, and that's the best part. Like, it's unknowingly just super gay, and it doesn't understand what it's doing. And I can't understand or explain how best to put this in words, and other than just saying it's gay, and you just... If you haven't had a coming out experience or a sneaking around and, like, doing things behind your parents' back experience, you won't really get the parallels in this scenario because it doesn't really work without knowing the context. Like, hetero people can watch this and not have to worry about it at all. They won't get it. They don't give a shit because they didn't live it. They don't know it. What, like it'd be like me having to figure out how to do a rocket, like it'd be like me trying to do like complicated math physics. Like, I don't understand this. I could relate to it in a way about like having to sneak around and do stuff like that, but like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just a weird thing that if you didn't live through it, you won't quite get the parallels. Anyway, so Alberto, being the one who's been out in the human world for a couple of weeks at this point, thinks he knows everything. He thinks he knows he's a fucking genius, and he's kind of guiding the naive Luca through all this stuff, and it's nice and it's great, and they have a really good relationship going, and their bond is so fun. I love them. They're such a good pair. I hesitate to say relationship or couple because they're 12, and I don't want to give people the wrong idea of I'm sexualizing children. I'm not. I'm just saying that, like, 12-year-olds get in relationships. That's a thing. Like, I know it doesn't mean much, but to them, it's about as concrete of a relationship as you can get because they don't understand what sex is. Anyway, the point I'm making is that they spend time together and they do things and they hang out, and it's very, very, very well done. Like, and because they have this shared secret, it gives them more to bond over than just, oh, hey, we want to get out of town. No, they bond over the fact they have to hide themselves in a way, and that's a traumatic thing. I'm not saying trauma bonding is good, but in this case it works because it's not like they really understand the danger outside of a couple of scenes. And then, like, they meet this girl named Julia, who's now their friend, who in, I guess the gay metaphor is like the elder drag queen who already knows what they're doing in terms of like human stuff or gay terminology and things like that. And Alberto is just like not having it because Luca is really fond of her, but like Julia, like, this is where the metaphor becomes a little weird because Julia is so well versed in human things because she's human and she has books, and Luca wants to learn more about human culture and science and all that shit, that it causes a bit of friction between them. And Alberto is just jealous because he's spending more time with Julia and he isn't actually giving Alberto the time of day, not out of malice, but because they spend the days together, the days apart, because Luca helps Julia with like preparing for the contest and like doing sales and stuff, and Alberto's helping Julia's dad catch fish, which I'll get to Julia's dad in a minute because that's a really cute end of the story. I love that. It's a really good, this whole movie's so fucking good. Anyway, so that brings up, like, Alberto's just jealous for no reason, and if you've ever had a crush on someone when you're that age, he's like 13, Luca's like 12, he might be 14, and I don't know. He's not that much older than Luca, maybe a year or two. The point I'm making is that if you've ever had a crush at that age and you see that crush hang out with anyone else that isn't like a family member or a pre-established friend, and they're kind of getting close and like talking about other things, you tend to just get really shitty at them because you don't understand your own feelings. You don't understand why it makes you upset, you just know that it does. And the movie handles that so well. This is why I say that this was intentional. You can't make this many things in a row and it be unintentional. The fucking villain of the movie says, like, when they're cornered and they're outed as mer people at the end of the movie, and they're like, oh, hey, we're not afraid of you. The villain, like, fucking straight up just says, no, but we're afraid of you because you are monsters. Not any real reason, just you are monsters. This was released in Pride Month of 2021. I want you to understand that. This was released in June of 2021 with the implicit message of the villain being, we're afraid of you because you are different. Like, I don't want people to think I'm just being like, oh my god, it's two little boys and they're close to each other, so it must mean that they're gay. No, this is just a really, really queer-coded story. Like, I don't understand how anyone else cannot see this as a queer-coded story unless you're deliberately not going for it. Like, I'm pretty sure Disney strong-armed them to not make it a romance, because there are so many residual little things. I'm going over the broad stroke, I'm not going into every detail, but like, okay, so like in the twist in the third act is that Alberto outs himself to Julia to get Luca to understand that he can't go be with humans because they won't accept him and stuff like that. And Julia freaks the hell out, and Alberto is like, well, come on, Luca, you want to tell her something? And he literally just goes, sea monster, and like outs his friend because he doesn't want to get killed by everyone else. And then like the next scene, Julia outs him by accident to herself, and she's like, oh my god, you guys are so fucking stupid. Why did you come to this town? We're literally here to kill silly people. It's like if you went to fucking Vatican City right now. It's just like, that's the whole vibe. That's just what I'm getting out of this entire fucking movie. And again, I have no problem with this. I think this is a really good idea as a story, but I think that if this was just also a romance, it would have made the parallels a lot easier, because it doesn't make sense why it's not a romance. Again, I know they're little kids, I mean, they're 12, but like, you could make them 16 and this would be the exact same story, just blatantly more gay because they're a romance. So again, I have a very strong suspicion that, you know, Disney strong-armed the director and the producer into being like, nah, this is like all hetero all the time. There's no gayness. What? LGBT people? Pfft, what is that nonsense? We don't know what that is. But we've got really colorful monster kids doing random shit and being kind of cute together. So, I spoiled the movie enough. If you've already seen it, you know what I'm going to say next. If you haven't, the ending is only going to be ruined if you hear this from me. So I don't do spoiler warnings on things like this, because if you're watching a movie review or a movie content thing from me, you should know I don't do spoiler warnings. However, the ending of this movie is so cute and so sweet and so well done, I'm giving you a spoiler warning now. If you don't want to know how this movie ends, don't listen to the rest of this. Or I'll put a time code or something, I don't fucking know. But I'm telling you, this is going to ruin the ending of the movie if you do not listen to me now. Okay, we're good? Good. Now, the ending of this movie is the Vespa they spent the whole movie getting. I'm even tearing up saying this. The Vespa they spent the whole movie getting, Alberto trades back in to buy Luca a ticket to the train to go to school with Julia and learn human stuff. Because Luca wanted to go learn human things and do cool stuff and like learn about astrology and like be in the human world and shit like that. Like, and Alberto knew this, and it made him sad to let him go, but he let him go. He bought him a ticket, and like in the credits you see like pictures of them like doing phone calls and writing, and Alberto keeps doing like you know, drawings and shit. These drawings are fucking fridge tier. Like, they deserve to be on the fucking refrigerator. God damn. Anyway, and like they hug each other really tight, and they say like, they'll say I'll never forget you and shit like that. They fucking cry, and I'm just like, this movie is so cute and so wholesome, and like, even if you don't want to read the queer allegory into this, I think you should watch it for the friendship and the heart and the feels this movie will give you, because it's so good at it. Maybe because I read it as a queer allegory, I find more enjoyment out of the smaller moments. So people who aren't, like the people in my audience who aren't LGBT or a really strong ally or in the know of like queer trauma and all that, and like going through coming out and things of that nature, it becomes less meaningful to you maybe. But for those of us who are in the community, who have to deal with this stuff, who have to go through this kind of bullshit at some point in our lives, it really hits home a lot differently. It's literally just a shared experience thing that I can't explain to you if you don't have that shared experience. And I'm sorry if you don't, it's just, I have no other way to explain it. So, this movie got me in a way that I haven't been gotten for movies in a long time. And it's not because of anything else other than I think that the emotions are really, really well done. They're really fleshed out. The characters are just really well written. Oh, also, so back to the shepherds thing, and like, I haven't mentioned Luca's parents because they're pretty much the B plot of the movie, and they're just looking for Luca. They are funny, they just aren't like my cup of tea. Again, Maya Rudolph's great, but I don't really care about their subplot because we know that they're not going to catch him until the end of the movie when everything's fine and whatever. It's not that important to me. So for me, the problem is that, so Luca's mom wants to send him to the deep, dark reaches of the ocean for just him going to the surface for a couple of days and trying out being a human for a while. Need to remind you that Luca's a shepherd. Now, I don't know if this was intentional, again, I can't tell you, but the religious subtext there is a bit weird for me, because if you don't know, in the Bible, Christ is the Lord is, Christ, the Lord, and the Holy Ghost are kind of conflated with each other. They're always the same thing or different depending on what the story has to do. But really, it's the Lord is our shepherd and we are his flock. That's what that means, you know, and I know it's just a job and it's supposed to be set like in a long, far away time thing. I understand that. And shepherding fish is a funny riff on shepherding sheep. I get that. But the fact that the shepherd is deviating from the one task he's given to do, to go do things that, you know, that are new and interesting and different and go against his whole family. Oh, by the way, when they go on the surface, they explicitly call it the change. Do with that what you will. I read that as like a puberty metaphor, but all right. This whole movie's just got a lot of metaphors to work with. Anyway, so then Luca's mom like immediately calls up her husband's brother from the depths of the ocean to basically just have him go to a deep, dark, recessive place that he can't see in or do anything in to think about what he's done until the season's over. And when Luca objects to this, she's like, you want to go for 2 seasons? Like, you're grounding him for going to the surface by sending him away for anywhere between 3 to 6 months. Am I the only one that just doesn't understand? Like, what the fuck? Like, this is where I completely was like, yeah, this is just a metaphor for Christian parents, because there's no way in hell this would be any other kind of metaphor. I don't get this. What, like, why would you do that to your kid? Why would you send them somewhere so far away and cruel and dark and damp just to break their spirit so that they don't do something you don't want them to do? Even if you think you're doing it for a good reason, don't fucking traumatize your kids? I don't know, that's my hot take of that. I'm rambling on at this point. I can go much longer. If you want, I can do like a solid actual scripted review of this movie, but like, as it stands, it's fucking gay. That is my fucking, that's my takeaway from this whole thing. It's a gay metaphor story wrapped up in some mer people because Disney was bigots. I don't understand how else to put that to you. That or someone on the fucking writing staff has a really, really, really long conversation with a therapist coming, because to write this level of accuracy in a LGBT into a monster story that has so many layers of LGBT coding and it not be deliberate, I find that a little hard to believe. So to that person on the staff, I really hope you figure yourself out, because if you're not open or you don't know that about yourself yet, I really hope you figure it out soon, because while you gave us a great movie, you have some stuff to figure out. So having said that, my name is Chris. I hope you enjoyed this rant, I guess. I hope you guys have a fractastic day, and I'll see you guys next time.